Do you have a worst childhood day or time period that you would like to forever forget?
The moment that my mom made me punch a wall.
Okay.
That's the one moment I wish for God I didn't do.
Right.
I wish I could forget it, but that was the defining moment to how.
David, what's up, baby?
What's good? What's good? What's poppin'?
Man, we are so excited that you are here. Thank you very much.
Oh, appreciate it, of course.
Now, first off, did I pronounce your name correctly?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I have a white name. It's pretty simple. It's David Carter.
Your name has never been mispronounced in the history of your life.
Heck no. And if they did, they was drunk. Definitely.
Got it.
Definitely. Or, you know, the one time Shorty called me David, I like that.
Right. You haven't had the agony that I had growing up. And my name is Khalid, and I get all types of horrible mispronunciations. Most commonly, my name is mispronounced Khalid. Feel like, yo, Khalid, what's up? But it's Khalid. But so many people say Khalid, it's hard to like correct
because
everybody.
they try to, is it because they try to use the H more maybe when they see it? And it throws them off?
People just automatically think like Khalid, and that's crazy. Right.
All right, well, listen, I got it now. So, you know what I'm saying? I won't say it messed up at all.
Oh, good. Nobody can get David wrong.
Not at all. I told you got to be drunk. That's the only way.
With that being said, did you have any nicknames growing up?
Oh, yeah, I had a few. Daou was one.
Again?
Daou.
Okay, who called you that?
My father. My father, he started calling me that when I was 8 years old.
Okay.
And from the year of 8, even up until now, he calls me Daou sometimes. Most of the time now, like as he gotten older, it's been son more, but Daou was huge. That's all I was known as. Okay. Daou, or around family, Lil Dave.
Lil Dave, okay.
Yep.
Okay, was your dad Big Dave?
No, he was Cotty, actually.
Okay.
So it's crazy because my grandfather's nickname was Cotty, and then my dad was Lil Cotty. And nobody brung that name down to me, even though I looked just like my father.
Okay.
They just called me Lil Dave. So I guess it just skipped my generation because I'm like one of the youngest cousins out of all of them.
Right.
Like me and my cousin Rashida was just talking about it. I'm about to turn 35.
Shout out Rashida,
yeah.
by the way. Okay.
I mean, you already know, you know what I'm saying, Chester's finest. But I got the 10-year gap. So, of course, my dad and my Aunt Erica are one of the youngest. So they got all the babies. Okay. And our older cousins was already in their teens and 10 years old and up. So, you know, a lot of people just looked at me as Lil Dave. They ain't look at me as Cotty. So, you know, but, you know, it was great for me because I was able to use my own self to figure out what I wanted to be called. So in high school, I was iPod all through high school.
Say it again?
iPod.
iPod, okay.
Yep, I've been called iPod since the 10th grade.
Really?
Yep.
How'd you get that nickname?
So basically, I went to a party one night, and they were still playing CDs, and this was back when the first scroll wheel iPod came out. Okay. And I had my aux cord because I was driving very early. Right. And you know, I told them, hey, yo, these CDs keep skipping. Everybody jumping around. We not getting the vibes right. Why not plug my iPod in and I just play a playlist real quick and get this joint jumping? And ever since then, I was iPod King.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because a lot of people, what they do is they don't know where the name originated from. They just go like, oh, he just called himself iPod King because what? Because they don't make them no more? No. Funny thing, DJ Drama used to run the mixtape world. He used to call himself the iPod King, but nobody remembers it because all they can remember is Lil Wayne killing every track that he made. Right. But he really called himself the iPod King. So when I got called that, I felt like it was a big up to DJ Drama and other people who had good ears for music. You know what I mean? So, you know, interesting. It's funny because, you know, iPod King has nothing to do with gaming. It's just who I am. I love music and all music at that. So I could literally be listening to an album, a playlist, whatever, and be gaming and be in the zone and just be having a good old time, just me, myself, and whatever track I'm listening to.
So I heard you mention Chester. Are you from Chester?
Of course.
So Chester, Pennsylvania.
Born and raised all day.
How would you describe, well, before we talk about that, do you claim a particular neighborhood in Chester?
Man, I know I'm going to get scorched for this. I claim almost every neighborhood in Chester except for, and it's crazy because I could say except for because I didn't live in 3 places. That's the Bennett, that's the LV, and that's the Pound. They the only places I didn't live.
Okay.
I lived in Sun Village, I lived in Toby Farms, I lived near the McCaffin, Highland Gardens. I can claim just about everywhere, but everybody will let you know, man, I'm from 7th and Highland. You know what I'm saying?
7th and Highland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
How would you describe your neighborhood growing up?
It depends on what year, you know what I mean? Like if I was living over near the fairgrounds, it was crazy over there. You know what I'm saying? If I was living over near Toby Farms, it was cool, chill. You know what I mean? If I was living over near what's that joint over near the Showwater? Right around like 8th Street, okay. It was crazy around there too. And then I used to live right next to Cosby Squares. We lived in a crib, but I was always in the Jacks. You feel me? Just chilling with everybody, playing basketball at the courts.
Right.
But when I got to 7th and Highland, I guess you could say I start traveling more, start distancing myself from my old friends because I went from the east side to the west side. So going over to the west side, you know, you go to the McCaff, you go to the Gardens, they be like, yo, where you from? Oh, I live on 7th and Highland. I ain't gonna rep like, oh, I'm from Sun Village, I'm here now. I ain't trying to get jumped. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm a 6th, 7th, 8th grader, like, you know what I mean? But once I started going to high school and stuff, that's when things changed. I start going out more, start hanging with different friends, girls, you know what I'm saying? A whole lot of things changed for me. So yeah, growing up in my neighborhood, man, it was always off and on. One day it'd be a shootout, next day it'd be chill. One day we playing get a girl, freak a girl. The next thing we at war with people. So it was always off and on. It was hot and cold. You feel me?
Okay,
yeah.
Got it. And would you describe the whole city as that way? How would you describe Chester as a whole growing up?
Chester as a whole, it was really, honestly, it was about where you was from and if you wanted to stay in that vicinity. So when I was growing up in the younger days, it was more so when I lived in the fairgrounds, I was always in the fairgrounds. I ain't go nowhere else. Mom wasn't gonna let me travel all the way to Sun Village or nothing like that. No, heck no. But when I started going to Sun Village when I turned about 13, 14, I'm traveling on bus or bike all the way from the west side to go all the way to the east side because I grew up with these people. You know what I'm saying? I played baseball on the east side. My grandma lived on the east side. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I was from, you feel me? So, you know, it was kind of like a give and take with it. So, you know, people from 33rd, stuff like that, it's always like where you from and who know you. So for me, I'm a Carter. You already know. You know what I'm saying? I can tell everybody here, the Carters run Chester. I'm going to just say that. Like, it's so many entrepreneurs in my family that everybody know who you are. Yo, who you? Oh, yeah, I mean your dad. They back up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a little cooler. Okay. You know what I'm saying? The vibes change as soon as they be like, yo, yeah, I mean, oh, Rashida, your cousin? Oh, Nana, your aunt? Like, things, they just start cooling out, you know what I mean? Like, right. Usually it's like, yo, where you from? Oh, I'm from such and such. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's like, yo, where you from? Oh, you know what I'm saying? I be over town a lot. You might know my pop. That's how it was an icebreaker.
Got it.
Every time, you know what I'm saying? Because they already know we don't play like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they try to test you, but it's like, yo, my family respect it, you feel me? So I keep it at that.
Got it. Now, were you an only child?
Heck no, man.
All right, so are you the oldest, the youngest, or in the middle?
Crazy thing, I was the oldest up until about, I would say 12 years ago. And then we all found out that my dad had another child. So then I was no longer the oldest. So, right. You know, but I've always been one of those people that, you know, hey, don't worry about me, I'm gonna be fine. Especially as a man.
But 12 years ago, you weren't a kid, though.
No, I wasn't,
so
yeah.
Growing up, you were the oldest.
Yeah, growing up, I was the oldest.
What's the age gap between you and your youngest sibling?
Oh, just me and my sister, 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was that like for you growing up being the oldest?
If I'm telling the truth.
So first of all, if you're 10 years old, she's 3.
Yep.
If you're 18, she's 11.
Yep.
All right. So I'm assuming you're overprotective of her?
Honestly, no.
No. Okay.
So for me, it was one of those things where when my sister was born, I was just like, oh my God, I got a little sister, she's so fragile. And as the years progressed and me getting older and realizing like what I can do and what my potential was, I literally sat my parents down and said, yo, take care of her. I'm gonna be good. Because I want to chase my own. I want to be able to put my foot in the ground for myself and not have nobody carry me. So I used to work for my dad over town, you know what I mean? Then I got my working papers, and I've been working ever since, even up until YouTube.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So for me, it was like, yo, take care of Bree Bree. She should be your only focus. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting older. I'm already, like you said, I'm 18, she 11.
Right.
You still got to care for her. You still got to help her with her homework. In high school, you know, my mom and dad did their best. They sent me to a good school district, and I graduated, you feel me? And I won't say I had honors or anything like that, but school was tough. AP classes is different. Right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't be understanding. It's about where you're from and what schools you can get to get out. Okay. Because the goal is to get out and come back and make it flourish. A lot of people won't tell you that. They'll say, oh, you got to stay in the system and then make it out. No, sometimes you might need a helping hand. You know, you feel me? So I was happy that my mom and dad made the sacrifice to get me to go to where I went. You know what I mean? Strathaven, I'll never forget Strathaven. You feel me? Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, did you grow up with both parents?
Yeah.
The entire time through 18?
No.
Okay.
Nah, they had, listen, one thing I will say, it's not a child's place to try to hold together your parents' relationship.
Concur.
So I totally respect my parents and whatever decisions they made for themselves, but I never felt less loved, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So
you live with both parents until what age?
I would say probably about 15, 16.
All right.
Yeah.
Which is pretty up there.
Yeah, it's pretty up there.
So did your dad move out? Did your mom move out, or did you move out?
Mom kicked dad out, and then I proceeded to follow suit.
Let me ask you this. Looking back, now that you're an adult, do you think that your dad leaving affected you?
Heck yeah.
Okay, how so?
Yeah. It basically put a target on my back. I look just like him. I'm the reminder.
Right.
Whether it's good reminders or bad reminders, I'm the constant focus.
So she put him out, but she still sees him every day of the week.
Yes.
Got it.
So I scary doing out myself.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So with that being said, what was your relationship with both parents? You could start with either your mom or your dad.
I guess I'm gonna start with my mom because it's the easiest.
What's her name?
Gail.
Shout out to Miss Gail.
Yeah.
I got an aunt named Gail. Okay.
So with her, it was super easy. My mom always taught me that, you know, keep a roof over your child's head, work, you know what I mean? Make sure that you provide for them the best that you can and give them all the love that you can. So we grew apart simply because I look like him and she just can't let some of them demons go.
Got it.
So as I'm older now, I don't look for the love and the validation. I just want to make sure you're safe, you're good, and that you have everything that you need and that you are in my child's lives. You know what I mean? That's all I ask for. I don't, you know, try to, you know, pull her arm, twist her arm for anything extra. It's like, hey, I love you. I just want to make sure you good. I call from time to time, check up on you, you good. But hey, listen, birthday party coming up. Hey, I need you to be there.
Right.
That's all I ask. I want it to be a good time. You know what I mean? He's going to be there. You're going to be there. We're going to be there. It's going to be a family event, and that's how it go. You know what I mean? And that's just how our dynamic has been. Like, recently, my nephew's birthday was a few days ago. Well, actually, his birthday was yesterday, but the party was a few days ago. We went out to dinner. You know what I mean? Me and my family was going to Fridays. My mom was like, what y'all about to do? Oh, we about to go out to eat. You want to roll? Oh, yeah, I'll meet you there. We had dinner, good times. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm more of a, what do they call it, spontaneous person. Okay. So, like, I only plan out business. Personal life is up in the air, and I don't record none of it.
You just live day by day.
I live day by day. This phone right here, you would never see me at a family function like, I don't record it because I want to live in that moment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? One time I was at a concert, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I watched about 7 to 10 minutes of the concert through somebody else's phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just because it was up in the air, in my face, and he had the zoom on crazy. Right. I'm just looking at his phone, but it's like, yo, that's how a lot of people live their day-to-day lives.
And it's so annoying for me personally. Like, the last concert I went to in Charlotte was Boyz II Men. And first of all, I thought the concert was whack. because they were singing a bunch of songs like that I didn't know, that we didn't know, right?
Ooh, like new content?
Yeah, like new content.
Okay.
And most people was like filming the whole thing, and I was just annoyed. Like, they're not even watching it. Or if I'm watching a basketball game, and like you always see the fans that are right there, like in the first row, second row, third row, and they're in their phones. And Steph Curry is shooting threes from half court. And I'm like, why are you at the game if you're not watching it?
Some people just want to be there for the look.
And they just want to try to post on social media and get the likes.
That too.
Right.
That too.
Right.
It's some people look at it all as an investment, whether it's your social life or whether it's your business. Everything's an investment. Nobody wants to live anymore. Nobody wants to live in that moment. There's so many great memories that I have. Yeah, I could be reminded of it maybe because my wife might have recorded it.
Right.
But honestly, I remember it because I was there and present. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yep.
All right, so what was your relationship with your pop? What was your pop's real name?
David.
Oh, really? Shout out to David. Shout out to Mr. David.
Yeah,
Mr. Dave. Okay.
Yeah, so basically my relationship with him, it has never changed since I was a child.
How was it?
He's there for me and to support me, and he makes sure that I am able to juggle a lot of different things at once. For instance, I wanted to play basketball. Got to keep your grades up. You know what I'm saying? If you don't keep your grades up, what is basketball dreams without education?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What if you sign a deal and you get scammed on the deal because you didn't have the etiquette or the know-how to read a contract? You know what I mean? Yeah, you can get lawyers for that, but he wanted to teach me different things that I had to know because of the things that I was going to get into. Like I said, all of my family are entrepreneurs. I needed to be able to maneuver my way through a lot of different things. What happens when you want to go out and get your first car? He took me to go get my first car for a note. He said, hey, what's your budget looking like? How much do you get paid every 2 weeks?
Right.
Are you going to be able to afford this note? You know what I mean? What's the insurance look like? Those type of conversations.
What was it, by the way?
My first note was $240.
No, your first car.
Oh, my first note car was an Impala, 2003.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a little hitter, I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, it was a little hitter, but
nice.
you know, I upgraded since then. You know what I mean?
Right. Nah, but you were in high school, so that's. First of all, any car is great in high school, period. That's
it was I ain't gonna lie, it was major. But for like me and his relationship nowadays, like, you know, when I was younger, he was teaching me. But now that I've gotten a little bit seasoned with life and business, I'm teaching him things. So like it's kind of like a give and take. Like we'll go to the bank, I'll be like, Dad, you want to make this business account?
Right.
We gotta get your EIN, we gotta get your LLC.
Right.
So he's like, God darn it, Dave. All right, let's do it. So you know what I mean? Teaching him those things.
That's what's supposed to happen though. Mm-hmm. Which is you raise your kids so that they eventually become better than you. Mm-hmm. And they teach you stuff sometimes, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely one of those things where my dad never pressured me to be somebody that I didn't want to be. He wanted me to go to college, but I went in a different route. I said, Dad, I have an opportunity to go work at the airport. The pay is pretty good, and I can scale it. He was like, okay. He was like, you're going to have to do something else, though. You know what I mean? And I did. I started YouTube. You know what I mean? And that's my passion. You feel me? I was still looking for it. Sometimes at 17, your whole life story is not written out. You have to find it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I was happy that he allowed me to do that, as well as supported me in doing that.
And that's what college is for anyway. To find yourself, figure out what you want to do.
Exactly.
And it might not even be what you want to do.
On God.
How many people graduate with a degree that they don't even work in that field?
Exactly. Right. And then like nowadays it's like, you know, being with him, it's like one of those things where it's like we could sit down and have a conversation, because now we're both two grown adults that knows what it's like to raise children, and we got stories.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I could tell him a story about Dave, he'll tell me a story about me. Oh, you don't remember that? You went through the same thing.
Right.
Like just today, you know, being with my son, I told him, look, I'm gonna let you do you. But he did something he wasn't supposed to do. Just got knee pads for his football pants.
Okay.
Cutting them, trying to make them smaller, right? I told him, yo, go get a Sharpie, put them on, flip them inside out, make the line. That's where you cut them. Didn't do it. One big one, one small one. But it's like stories like that. I'll call my dad, be like, yo, guess what your grandson just did? He'll be like, oh, so you don't remember? I don't remember what? oh, you tried to take off one of the strings to your baseball glove, and then your baseball glove was singing in the air when you tried to catch that ball went right through. It's stories like that that I don't remember that he remembers.
Right.
And it's love, because having that connection to be able to talk about my childhood is great. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that he's in my life.
Which segues into the next thing. So you've already established that you did eventually become a parent.
Oh, of course,
right?
Of course.
So, how many beautiful blessings do you have?
2,
okay.
And only 2. And any of y'all out there that say is any more, you're lying.
How old are they?
14 and 9.
14 and 9. Yep. Okay. So you are a son and a
daughter.
Yep. All right. So your son at 14. It's hard to speak for other people, but you know your kids, right? Yep. If we put your 14-year-old son inside your 14-year-old body, would your son have been able to handle your life, your childhood?
Nah, not at all. My son is an emotional roller coaster.
Okay.
And in all honesty, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I've tried to raise him to that, yo, you ain't gotta cry, it's cool, right. Be a man, I suck it up. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, people need that release, because I didn't get that type of release when I was younger. It was, hey, suck it up, get through it, work through it, do more. You know what I mean? Just find something else to keep you busy, to keep your mind off of the trauma. You know what I mean? But for him, whatever trauma he goes through, because everybody's trauma is different. So if he goes through something like, let's say, a breakup with a girl, it might be a bad breakup for real.
Right.
I'm thinking, man, it's a little shorty, you good.
Right.
But really, he went through months of his life telling somebody that he loved them, you know what I mean, whatever emotions he's feeling.
Right.
And if they break his heart, they broke his heart, and I have to respect that. Right. And I have to be there for him to listen to what he has to say about it.
Got it.
You know what I mean? So it's definitely a different parenting like thing for me, so for sure. Yeah.
Okay. What are some similarities and differences between your parents' parenting style and yours? So you know how your parents raised you because you were there. Right. What would you say you've taken from your parents, and what else did you say, like, I'm never doing this with my kids?
For me, I would definitely say it was the whoopings.
Okay, so you discipline your kids differently.
Yeah. Like me, I'm more of the cut the whole internet off in the house type of guy.
Which is worse than being on punishment. It's like the equivalent of being on punishment in the 80s and 90s.
Yep.
If you turn the Wi-Fi off, these kids are going to die.
They going crazy. So for me, right, so, you know, when I was younger, I used to get into a lot of different things. Like, for instance, you know, I believe I was 7 years old. Maybe seven or 9, because this is the time when I was at Crosby Squares. I used to go to the market, and I used to get the little G.I. Joe figures. And when I say I used to go get them, I used to go get them.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Mom found out, they caught me. You feel me? Mom wore my ass out. But took me over up at the grandpa crib and wore me out. I was wrong. You know what I mean? I was dead wrong. Nobody told me I was wrong until that one time they got me. And once I realized I was wrong, it was up. You know what I'm saying? Never stole again, never did nothing crazy again, and followed the law for what it was. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, we all gonna try something. You know what I mean? It's human nature. We all want to see and test the bounds we can go, whatever that may be. We all want to test the bounds. So
stretch the rubber band.
You know what I'm saying? That mug came back and snapped. You know what I mean? So, you know, for my children, with Dave especially, it's no phone, no Wi-Fi, no computer, and no outside.
And no outside.
No outside, because he's an outside kid.
Okay.
See, I'm glad I got one of those.
Right.
You know what I mean? My son loved to go outside. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's super rare. Like, so many kids nowadays, they like to play their video games, watch movies, stuff like that. Yeah, he does some of that stuff, but he time manages.
It's the middle of the summer, and you really don't see a lot of kids in the street. They in the house playing Fortnite and Apex Legends. And
Yep. Right. Oh, my favorite game. I'm the one playing the game. Right. He outside, so you know, for him, that's his thing. For my daughter, it's no iPad, no phone, no Wi-Fi.
You torture her.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's torture.
But on the flip side of it, if she's on punishment and I have free time, we do play cards and stuff like that. We do play Jenga.
But she can watch TV, which kids don't even watch TV, so they don't care.
It's crazy because we took the TV out of her room when we realized that both of them don't have a TV.
Right.
There's no need for it. They don't watch it. It's 2 TVs in our house, one downstairs and one in our room.
Right.
And we all barely watch them. We are going to the movies or they in their iPads and me and my wife just talking. We might cuddle and watch a movie or a TV show from time to time, but for the most time, them TVs collect dust.
Exactly.
They collect dust.
What would you say are some similarities?
To what exactly?
So they always say people become your parents, even if you try not to. What traits, like what are some characteristics of your parents' parenting? Have you caught yourself like, yo, that's my dad, that's my mom?
Definitely, for me, it was the man up thing. You know what I mean? Telling my son, like, yo, man up, stop crying. You ain't got no reason to cry. Ain't nobody putting their hands on you. That type of parenting definitely rubbed off in the early years. Of course, I've gotten better and more understanding with it, and me and my son have a much better relationship now. Not to where I'm your best friend, but it's more so I'm still your parent, but I'm the understanding parent that can listen to you without chopping your head off for getting something wrong.
Right.
So if I come down and say, yo, why you didn't take that trash out? It's really, yo, why you ain't go take that trash out? Not no, yo, you about to get a beating, you about to go on punishment. No, it's yo, why you... Because I know everybody gets busy, everybody forgets. So if it's 10:30, you knew you ate at 9, hey, why you ain't take the trash out? Oh, my bad, Dad, I'm gonna go take it out right now. That's all I ask. You know what I mean? That's cool for me. So, you know, and for my mom, honestly, I don't got none of my parenting from my mom. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, you know, me and my mom relationship is so much different than a lot of people's moms. It's estranged. You know what I mean? And it's simply because I look like him.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm one of those people where it's like, if you want me away and you push me away, I'll be away.
Right.
I'll wait for you to come to me. I'm not going to force myself on you and make you even more upset. You know what I mean?
It's frustrating because that's one of the things, like even growing up, that's outside of your control.
It is.
There's nothing you could do about it.
And it's one of those things where it's like, yo, people have to understand I am the child in the situation. You know what I mean? I'm not the parent. So the parent is, you have to understand, you always respect and love your parents no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So if you tell me you don't want to talk to me this week, I'll talk to you next week.
Right.
I don't get mad. I don't get upset. I take for what it is because you are the child in that situation. You listen to your orders, take them as is, and you understand it fully, and just know that from that example, I don't want to be like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we all learn in different ways. I learned that I want to be in my kids' life. I want them to be in my life. So, you know what I mean? That's just how I take it.
I bet you don't remember all the schools you went to growing up.
Yes, I do.
All right, let's go. Kindergarten, hit it.
Ooh, man. It was up on Main Street. I believe that, in Toby Farms. Like right off the Brookhaven / Toby Farms line.
Okay. It
was this little kindergarten right there. First grade, sent my behind right to Columbus.
Columbus Elementary.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Third grade, I got moved over to Toby Farms. You know what I'm saying? I was in Toby Farms up until 5th.
So let's stop for a second.
What's up?
Do you remember your Columbus experience?
Yeah.
What was that like? What was your life like overall?
Basically, second grade there, learning how to do backflips and stuff like that was my highlight. You know what I mean? I had a great third grade teacher, but my second grade teacher was hell. I never forget Miss Brown.
Okay.
I'm talking about rulers to the knuckles.
Really?
And, yeah. Like she was on some like what they call them. You know, I don't like to get into like the the faith and you know what I mean. But like she used to come with them rulers. You know what I'm saying? You do something wrong in class, rulers. You know what I'm saying? Put you right behind the little tarp, don't whack them. Everybody see your little shadow getting whacked on. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But back in that day, parents thought it was discipline.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we've been through a lot in these last couple hundred years.
Right.
So they think that discipline comes with the whip. You feel me? So, when I was growing up, it was like, yo, I'm telling my mom and this, she don't care. I'm like, yo, like I'm getting hit. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, with the mental shit that you go on, the trauma that you have, it must be okay. Third grade come, Mrs. Morello and them, everything's different.
This is a new school?
No, same school.
Oh, same school.
Same
still
school.
Columbus.
Yep,
Okay.
still Columbus. Everything is much different. It's calm, it's cool, it's chill. I get to actually play video games in the back when I'm done all my work because I was on top of work. I just wanted to get it done, boom, and have my free time. You know what I'm saying? Had my first altercation in third grade.
Okay.
I was wrong. But, you know, it happens.
Did you win?
Of course.
I lost my first fight. I took a L.
but see, me, I'm a sneaker. I ain't gonna lie. I sneak you.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? You talking master, y'all stole a lot of people. Yo, it's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I stole a lot of people. But I'm not gonna lie. You know how they say karma comes for everybody?
Right.
6th grade got stole. You know what I'm saying? No, was it 6th? No, it was 8th grade. 8th grade, I got stole bad.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I had to use a chair. Boy was big. I ain't gonna lie. But it's crazy, like, and then after Columbus, I ended up going to Toby Farms.
Farms.
I was mad that I was going to Toby Farms because I really rocked with Columbus.
So what happened? Why'd you switch?
My mom just said, yo, we moving somewhere different.
Oh, you moved?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is going to be a closer commute. The school's supposed to be a little bit better. We done with Columbus.
Got it.
I was like, okay. Toby Farms happened. My last year at Toby Farms, a teacher that I rocked with from Columbus came over.
Okay.
I was like, yo, this the vibe. You know what I mean? Stole somebody. Like, you know what I mean? Like a whole bunch of stuff like that. So it was
So what was
crazy.
the difference between Columbus and Toby Farms in terms of the schools?
Honestly, it wasn't that much of a difference. Like, basically everything still ran the same. The classroom basically still ran the same. We wasn't in uniforms, you know what I'm saying? Because it was both public schools. It was just a different set of kids. That's it.
Did you ever have like bullies or teams that you had to deal with in elementary?
I had one bully. It didn't last too long for him.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Of course we got into it one night, luckily, you know what I'm saying? And then the bullying stopped. Like, I'm one of those people where I was short going through school up until 9th grade.
For me, it was 11th grade.
And you didn't get your height till 11th?
Till the summer of 11th. Yeah.
So, you know, being short, it was like, you know, I used to be into everything. Like, I'm going to be honest, when people say, yo, jack of all trades type of person,
Right.
I'm in school, I get my work done early so I can clown.
Right.
I'm the class clown.
That's what my teacher told my dad. I used to get in trouble. Like, he finishes his work way before everybody else, and then that's when he has time to like come up with stuff and do stuff.
Yep. So I was fighting with the sporks, John. You know what I'm saying? Getting the sporks popping. You know what I'm saying? Breaking sporks. We playing cards. We slap boxing. I'm doing everything. You know what I'm saying? Anything to just pass the time because when I was growing up, kids didn't know about getting evaluated. Kids didn't know that, hey, this person might need to skip a grade. I felt like I needed to until I got to high school. You know what I'm saying? Because I went to a different high school.
Right.
So, you know, once I didn't get evaluated, I just was the class clown. Going in the 9th grade, I'm the class clown. You feel me? Then once I left Pulaski from Toby Farms, because once...
So Toby Farms is from what?
5th grade. Yeah, 4th and 5th. Yep.
4th and 5th?
Yep.
Okay. Was there a graduation from Toby Farms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember who all came?
Darn. Who came? No, but I do remember the shorty I was walking with, though.
What's her name?
I can't remember her name, but I stole her brother. That's what it was all over. It was all over. He was mad that I was walking with his sister, stole him. It was so.
Okay,
yeah.
so you graduated. What type of student were you? AB?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Excellent,
yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
So you go to middle school, and where'd you go?
Pulaski.
Pulaski.
Yeah, right on 7th Street. That's where I'm from, 7th Island. Literally, I was the kid.
So wait. So how long was your walk from? Did you walk to school?
Walk. Yo, I'm trying to. Miss Gail, come get your son.
So you can yell out the window?
Yell out the window. I lived directly across the street from my middle school.
Wow.
It was the worst.
I know. He's getting in trouble. It was like, oh, man. Wow.
It was the worst. And I had some of the best teachers that clowned on it because I was the class clown. So if I was getting in trouble, open that window, Miss Gail.
Right.
Come get him. But it was all fun and games, you know what I mean? But I was that guy. I was the kid that lived across the street from the middle school. Yep.
In middle school, was it all kids from your neighborhood? Or was it
all West Side kids.
All West Side kids.
Yeah.
Not necessarily your neighborhood, but all West Side.
West Side, yeah. So like, if you think of Chester like this, it's really broken up into 3 parts.
Okay.
People don't call it that, but it's really 3 parts. It's West Side, Middletown, East Side. You know what I'm saying? The Curlin Street, from Curlin and like maybe 4 to 5 blocks going each way is Middletown. People don't say that. Like Showwater is right in the smack dab of it. The A-Field and all that, that's Middletown. Okay. So kids went to Showwater too. All the LV kids, all the Bennett kids, they went to Showwater. You feel me?
Right.
And then you had Schmetley on the east side. Okay. So all the east side kids from Sun Village, Crosby Squares, you know what I'm saying, the little nice part of Chester that's right behind them, the hospital and all that. Right. Like in the upper east side, the 20s and all that, they all went to Schmetley. Upland, East Upland and all that, 10th Street, all went to Schmetley. So it was really 3 middle schools.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? And then, like, you know, you had your charters and stuff that came after that, but really it was 3 middle schools, man.
So being that it was all West Side kids, but it's still different neighborhoods within the West Side,
Yep.
right?
You had your McCaff, you had the Highland Gardens, 33rd Street, 6th Street, which was like right behind my block, so I was part of like the 6th Street kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's where all my friends was at.
You were from 6th Street?
Basically, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like I ran with all the 6th Street kids, you know what I'm saying?
So was that different beefs? Like, was
of
middle
course.
school like Iraq middle school?
Yeah. Yo, listen.
I can imagine.
The double yellow line, don't cross it. We get out of school, all the McCaff and Highland Gardens kids walking home, don't cross that yellow line. You stay on your side, we stay on our side. If you don't, it's up.
Okay.
In 33rd, 6th Street, everybody from the Banneker, everybody from the fairground, we all chasing them, seeing who gonna get the first one off. And we all just like, oh, this is about to get crazy. This is about to get wild. So basically, from the backtrack, the reason I went to Toby Farms is I moved to the fairgrounds.
Okay.
Easier commute. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the newer school district. My mom thinking Toby Farms is right next to Brookhaven, so it's gonna be better kids. No. Everybody from the fairground in that mug, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, once we moved across the street from Pulaski, I'll go straight to Pulaski and go right in, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then, you know, like you said, beefs, slab boxing every day, forks, just getting them joining them sport joints, cracking them, slab boxing so much, like we slab box literally every day. I literally got, my lip got punctured by somebody nail because he slap boxed down.
Right.
We ended up fighting. I'm leaking, but we fighting. Yeah, I win that joint, but I'm really like, I got this ball pinned up against the locker, but I'm leaking. Like my lip is split crazy.
Like you lost.
It looked like I lost, you know what I'm saying? But everybody know, you know what I'm saying? I was a little short, little, you know what I'm saying? So it was crazy, man. Like,
so did you think you, I recently was talking to a parent who said she had 3 sons, and I asked her which of her 3 sons was her problem child. And it was my boy, right, my boy. And she was like, him. And she was like, he had short man complex because he was the smallest kid on the block and he wanted to fight everybody. Yep. Do you feel like that was you? Or did people just used to try you because you were small, or both? They
used to try me. That was the only thing. Once you tried me, because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm the calmest person, coolest person in the world.
Right.
Believe me. But if somebody tried me, it's literally a switch. It just go right off. It don't matter who it is, I will not be disrespected. Right. You know what I mean? That was always my thing. I will not be disrespected. And a couple fights came from that, a couple crazy stare downs, a couple mama jokes and all that, but it always came from that. Like, I won't be doing nothing. I'll be playing tonk, killing the table. And then somebody just come over and start beefing with me. Like, bruh, like, I'm having a good time. Like, let's get on his ass now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it used to be, but it was all fun and games, you feel me?
Okay.
Yeah, it was always fun and games.
So that was middle school. Middle school was an experience. What was your home life like in middle school?
Honestly, middle school was diff because I was just transitioning from baseball into football. So, you know, I was at the Memorial Park all the time playing basketball with my friends. The whole 7th Street, whole 6th Street, we all used to go to all the Banneker kids. My best friend, Casey, you know, rest in peace. Like, we always just used to go to Memorial Park. And we used to be like, yo, man, little kid playing pee-wee football. What's up, them boy? And then my boy, Casey, was like, yo, I might play for them. All right, me too. You know what I'm saying? So I just was like, all right, let's do that. And home life was really like, go to 2J's, go get this. All right, y'all ready to eat? Because my mom working, I'm taking care of my sister. So, you know, to backtrack to, you know, what my relationship like with her, she's with me all the time.
Really?
On my scooter, you know what I'm saying? She going to the park with me all the time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't break that chain until I was about 14, 15, I was able to break that chain because I was out. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the train now. I'm on a bus now. Can't come with me, baby girl. We ain't going to Memorial Park no more. It's time for me to get loose. You know what I'm saying? So that's how my relationship was with my little sister.
Okay.
Yeah, she was always with me. You know what I'm saying? My little demon.
All right, so that's middle school, and you graduate from 8th grade, and you go where?
I thought I was going to Chester High. You couldn't tell me I wasn't going to Chester High. I ended up at some place called American Christian.
American Christian. How did that happen? Do you remember?
My mom lied to me. My mom, like I said, always she instilled in me, take care of your family, put a roof over their heads. She started paying tuition to get me into the school. She heard about it talking to Carrington mom. Again, rest in peace, Carrington. Carrington got on a small little scholarship, but had to pay a little bit of tuition to get in American Christian. This is my best friend. Okay. You know what I mean? Oh, we going to American Christian?
Sorry to hear that, by the way.
Yeah, appreciate it. And it was like, you know, my mom just was like, yo, we're going to need uniforms. You're going to have to tie your hair up, your earrings. I don't know what you're going to do with them. All this, like, she just literally landed on me.
Yo, that's crazy because you might be able to say, but you don't have any say over what high school you're going to when you're a kid.
Have no say.
My dad, so I'm from Camden. My dad was like, I remember, like, the instance, like, right now, like, it was 5 minutes ago. He was like, you ain't going to Camden High. I never wanted to go to Camden High, but he was adamant about it, like, you're not going to Camden High, right?
So, you know, it's crazy because I got a situation with my son about that. We'll talk about that in a second. So, for me, you know, my mom, she just sprung it on me, and now I'm in this school where they saying their prayers, they, you know, on their knees, they, you know, getting saved. Like, it's literally 180. I don't, like, my life was crazy. Like, I'm over town all summer, biking, you know what I'm saying, doing stuff for my dad, going crazy, you know what I'm saying. Then I get my working papers, I'm at McDonald's. Or, like, so much is just changing for me. And my mom just like, you about to go to a Christian school. Like, yo, when I walked through them doors, yo.
It was a complete culture shock.
Yo, I felt like Jesus was right there. Like, I wish you would.
Right.
I wish you would. It was so insane.
You think she saw something in you? Like, middle school was so wild. She was like, I gotta get my son out of this environment.
I felt like she knew that she didn't want me to go down the road that so many, you know, young black men have in Chester, you know what I'm saying? Whether you are good at something, whether you're not, it's a lot of things that could drag you down. And she was just trying her best, but she couldn't sustain it. You know what I mean? Her and my dad ain't come together. You can't sustain that. You paying mortgage, you doing this, like putting one kid through something and got another kid going to another school out in Strathaven. You know what I'm saying? Because my sister, she was in the same school district I was in. You feel me? Up until I was like trying to figure everything out. She was at Toby Farms for a little bit. You feel me? So like her upbringing was so different. Like she might need a darn podcast interview because it's like we were so split. Like it was literally like, I felt like my year 14 up until 16, 17 was a blur because I was split. I was being pulled in every different direction because I had so much going on. Like, just got a girlfriend. Can't see my girlfriend, won't go to the same school, none of that. She going to some school over here, Jasmine. So basically, you know, I'm being pulled everywhere. I'm going to Aston for a certain amount of hours in a day. Then I come home, gotta go work over at the store. Then I gotta go be a boyfriend for a little bit. Like, bro, it felt like I was on the schedule already. It was insane. So 9th grade year, you know, I got into it with a couple people in that school, but of course you can't really do nothing in that school. You do something in that school, you get expelled. So that taught me restraint. I'm not gonna lie to you. That school really taught me restraint, as well as this is how you take care of yourself in the morning when nobody's around to take care of you. Cause I'm up early before everybody. I gotta get a bus. So I gotta go to 2J's, get a bagel or orange juice or whatever, breakfast sandwich. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take care of myself, get money here. You know what I'm saying? I get home from school, I don't gotta pick up no little sister, but guess what? Mom not home. Mom gotta pick up little sister from school. So I come home, nobody's home. They ain't gonna eat for lunch, look in the refrigerator. And I don't feel like busting nothing up, so we either back at 2J's or we at Side Guys around the corner on 9th Street getting Chinese food all day. And that just, I guess it molded me into somebody different. I wasn't feeling it. You know what I mean? I didn't want to go through with it. And I ain't gonna lie, I got the best news ever. You're not going to American Christian next year.
Oh. So you did make it through 9th grade? I
made it through 9th grade. You know, no fights. I got taller. You know what I'm saying? Chicks start messing with me a little bit later. Like, going from the class clown to the new kid is crazy.
Right.
But these is all kids that went into a school system all together. So even though it's everybody's first year, I'm still the new kid. I'm from Chester. They don't think I'm smart or articulate. They don't think I know nothing. So it's like, bro, I want to fight everybody in this joint, but I can't.
Right.
Got to show the restraint. I got to take the smart little comments from the shorties that don't want to rock with me because they think they too good for me. That's cool. I got a little shorty on my own. I'm good.
Right.
But everything started changing at the end of the year.
Okay.
I got my height. My hair got longer. I got slimmer. I was a completely different bull. Now all the shorties on me. Man, if y'all don't, you know what I'm saying? Plus, they weren't really nothing to look at anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right.
I'm like, man, I'm not worried about y'all. Like, you feel me? So
back there, y'all didn't want me. Now I'm hot, y'all.
Exactly. And like that transitions into my 10th grade year.
So what happened? So you're not going to, what was it called?
American Christian.
American Christian.
Same school that Tyreek Evans went to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. He's crazy because his fam had a conversation with my dad. Yo, they giving out free scholarships over there. Go get it. He took it. Look at him now.
Right.
In the NBA, going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, so you wind up going to Chester?
No.
No. All right, so 10th grade, where you go?
My dad set up something, you know what I'm saying? I was with somebody else's address. I went to Strathaven.
So for the record, you never went to Chester High?
I never stepped foot in there, man.
And it probably saved you, looking back.
Yo, and you wanna know what's crazy? I will say that it probably did because I heard stories that one of my homies got hit with a crutch. And I probably would have been in that whole scuffle.
You would have.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
if you was there.
Yeah, if I was there. So it's like hearing the stories, like you come home from school everything felt like a long road trip for me.
Right.
Because I was never a bus kid too.
And you know what else? My niece got into one fight in high school that I know of, and she got suspended. But before she got suspended, my sister and I had to go up there for like a parent-teacher conference for her.
Yeah.
My niece was defending herself. Mm-hmm. My sister asked the vice principal, she said, why is my daughter being suspended if the girl hit her first?
Right.
And he looked at me, because he knows I'm not that much older than my niece. So he was like, you were in high school, what, like 10 years ago? I'm like, yeah. He was like, 10 years ago, if you were in a fight, or correction, if one of your boys was in a fight and you were not there, how long do it take you to find out about it? Like, it depends. Like, if I'm on the other side of school, I might not have heard about it till after school, or at least until, like, the next period, something like that, right? He was like, nowadays, when kids get into a fight, you know when their friends know about it? Instantly.
They send a text.
It was like, it's instantly. Like, it's on social media, they filming it, they got the video. You in class on the other side of school and you know about the fight. He was like, so that's why. He was like, we giving your daughter some time to cool down. And I wasn't even mad because I totally understood. I got it. So back when you and I were in school, like you said, your boy got hit with a crutch. You ain't find out about it till like
a day later.
It was been over. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't found out about that till a whole day later. You know what I'm saying? Molly whopped on. That shit,
so you wound up going to Strathaven. So Strathaven, PA?
Yeah, so it's out in Wallingford. It's called Strathaven. So they got the high school is connected to the middle school with a bridge. Right. It's nice.
Culture shock?
Another culture shock. It went from being in a school that was a little bit diverse, you know what I'm saying, because they had people from all over the world because they were big on scholarships, like I said. It was nice. It was diversity, to being 0.3% in a predominantly white public school.
Right.
Big culture shock.
Okay.
Cheerleaders walking around. Dudes is seniors like this playing football. They grown men, basically. Right. It's a total culture shock.
So the first time you going to school with every race, every nationality, just a mixture of kids, right?
To predominantly white, 0.3% public. I went from uniforms to having a dress. You know what I'm saying? The whole 9th grade year, that's supposed to be your year to find out who you want to be as far as your drip go. You know what I'm saying? It's drip now, but it was style back in the day. To going to public school, like, yo, I don't even know what I want to wear. Like, I get to the school, I swear to God, I'm fresh. Throwback jersey on, fresh white tee under that joint from the Poppy store. You know what I'm saying? I think I had like probably Jabot jeans or something. Right. Like, I'm fresh. Air Force, I'm fresh. These boys had pajamas on, bro. Pajamas, a hoodie, shorts, hoodies, school hoodies, college hoodies. Like, I'm like, what am I looking at?
Right.
And you see it now every day. Casual, cool wear that's gonna get you from point A to B, easy to take off. You don't gotta think too hard.
Right.
Man, I was so mad my first day of school.
Right.
But all the shorties was on me though. Cause I was fresh. They like, yo, Bull came in this joint. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Who is Bull? So obviously I knew from, my dad relationship, the daughters that went to the school. Okay. So I'm hanging around her and her friends, the 0.3% of the black people, you know what I mean? Instantly popular with them. That's nothing. Right. But now I gotta be able to.
You the black kid, period, at an all-white school. Whether you loved or hated, you popular.
You might be, it all depended, you know what I'm saying? Because I came from where I came from, you know what I'm saying? True. So growing up, my lingo different. Right. I'm talking to the shorties different. Every exchange student, I'm at her neck because they exchange students, so they different, you know what I'm saying? And even some of the cheerleaders got some of the work too. So it was really like one of those things like, all right, if I had any arguments, it was over messing with somebody's shorty. That's on you, cuzzo. Like, your shorty wanted to mess with me, so that's not really on me. Like, you better, you know what I'm saying, you better get that, because, you know what I'm saying, she up for the team. Like, so it was like, it was so different, but it was such a culture shock to the point where my mom had to figure out something different. Yo, throw him in AP classes, because I'm still the class clown. Right. It's only 4 classes all day. Right. 4 classes is bro. I've never in my life had block scheduling until I got to Strathaven. Right. Boy, I used to be trying to jump off the wall every other minute, bathroom pass, going through the halls, speaking to people. I didn't care. I needed something to do. Right. I'm taking a little CP class, throwing in AP. I couldn't do the honors classes. Them Jones were too crazy. Honors classes was outright crazy. That's like literally. What do you call it? The kids that get the, what is it called? Not a grant. Oh, scholarship kids. Okay. That all them honors kids, they was all getting scholarships to college. Already knew they had their lives planned out. Right. You know what I'm saying? Parents already knew what they wanted them to do. So they was in honors classes. I took a couple AP joints, like AP math, calculus, stuff like that, English, you know what I'm saying? Then a few others. But bruh, I ain't gonna lie, watching paint dry for hour and 40 minutes or hour and 50 minutes, it used to drive me crazy.
So overall, you were a pretty good student.
Oh yeah, because I always wanted to learn. I always wanted to try something new, because if, for instance, right, if we got a test, I'm the type of person, man, my notes used to be, I was that boy. When it came to making notes, man, I had the bullet points, the Roman numerals. I don't know where I got it from or where I picked it up from, but I always been that person. I can go grab a book from 8th grade. I got all the notes in a whole binder, John. Boom, boom, we can go through all that. So if a final come up, I got all the keynotes, all the chapters, I got everything literally listed. Okay. So high school wasn't no different. It was just learning foil, and stuff like that, different, you know what I mean, math and stuff like that. English don't change, you know what I mean? Adjectives, all that. That's just stuff you gotta learn. Now we just gotta write essays now. That's all. Projects come, we do projects. But man, Strathaven changed my life because it gave me the opportunity to look at life different. My junior and senior year, I had the ability to be in gym, which is called Fit for Life, cross country, all of that, and go to my after school job in a block. Yo, my last block is lunch, bro. I'm out. I'm about to go clock in, go get this money.
So that segues into the next question. Did you work in high school? Yes.
Yeah.
What was your first job?
McDonald's.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie.
The all-American teenage first job.
But listen, my joint was a little different.
In Chester?
In the Grand Run Mall.
Okay.
Boy, them breaks used to be them breaks. Listen, I used to wear something that I could easily take off real quick and wear it under my uniform. So when I got off, I'm in the mall, chilling. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you know what I'm saying? We used to have the Nextels and stuff like that. So I'm chirping people, yo, come do Grand Run. I'm gonna be up here. Yo, catch the 117. That joint gonna be up here. You got 45 minutes. And then we just run through the mall right after I get off. You know what I'm saying? So it was a crazy lick.
How long did you last at McDonald's?
About 3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like me, I've always been a working person.
So you did everything. You did the register,
cook,
fries, burgers.
Yeah, everything. Restock, all that. You know what I'm saying? I even used to do the pallets, bring the food in, unload and all that.
Got it.
Sure, I killed a couple rats in my time. So I'm sorry, Granny, run that joint going now, but y'all know, if you know, you know.
So you make it through Strath Haven. You graduate. What year you graduated?
2005.
05, okay.
05. You know what I mean? Yes, sir.
Was your high school graduation like big for your family? Like, did a lot of people come?
Yeah, a lot of people came to that joint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy thing is, like, I wore another throwback jersey in the picture, wore another throwback jersey during the graduation. I was trying to be that throwback boy. I ain't gonna lie. I tried to hold it out as long as I could, man. It was fun.
So let me ask you this, and this is my favorite question. First of all, before I even ask that, do you feel like your childhood ended at 18? Okay.
It ended at 13 and a half.
Really? Really?
Yep.
Okay. First of all, why? Why did it end then?
So, like I said, once I graduated from high school, I'm a late birthday. My birthday ain't until September.
Okay.
So
you were 17 when you graduated.
Yep.
Got it.
So basically, for me, I'm coming into high school young. You know what I mean? Trying to figure things out, and working all summer. Like, literally, my dad got me at the register. We restocking. We taking trips to New York to get new merchandise. I'm handling billing orders for Nike and all them. Like,
wait, where is this?
Over town. My dad had a clothing store over town for years.
That was your first under the table job.
Under the table job. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, clothing, that was everything I knew, you know what I mean? So I was really an adult early.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Did you have your first sexual experience before then or after?
I believe I was like 12 3/4.
Really? You was 12?
Yeah.
You were 12 years old?
Yeah.
Wow. Was the girl your age or older?
Birthdays. So she 13. My joint ain't hit yet. It's summertime. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's how that went. You know what I mean?
So on a scale of 1 to 10, here's my favorite question to ask people.
All right.
With 1 being the worst ever and 10 being the best possible, how would you personally rate your childhood? What would you give your childhood?
I would give it about, on a sliding scale, and we talking all the way up until like late teens, right?
Right.
So all the experience up until 18.
Or just basically, when you feel like your childhood, what you feel like it was, what would you give it?
That it was over, my childhood was over type. That's probably gonna be, like I said, about 13 and a half. I would give it about an 8.
An 8, which is a very good childhood.
Yeah.
What would it have taken for you to have given it a 9 or 10? What would have had to happen?
Definitely parents being together.
Okay.
That's one big thing, you know what I mean? Because they argued all the time. Okay. You know what I mean? The trauma from that, you know, the drinking, the smoking, like, that's what ruined my childhood for me.
Yo, I always ask people if they think they had an advantage because their parents were together. And I always get different answers, but most of the time you get not necessarily, because what if your parents were together but they were in a toxic relationship, right?
Yeah, I'm talking cops being called, all that.
Okay.
All that. So when I give it an 8, I don't hone in on all the bad moments. I hone in all the good that they did for me.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Because like I said, everybody deals with their trauma differently. Me, for my trauma, I've seen it all. I've heard it all. But I don't want you to go through that. Like I said, I had a younger sister.
Right.
So when I'm sitting my family down at the table saying, hey, worry about her, focus on her, it's because I don't want you to worry about me, because I feel like I don't want to put another piece of weight on you. You know what I mean? And you know, we had a conversation before we started the pod. It's like, yo, you're the child, they're the parents. You can't really manage their relationship.
Got it.
You feel me? Like, you can only manage what you can manage. That's your life, what you want to do with your time as a child.
Did you have something you wanted to be when you grew up?
That's crazy. In all honesty, no.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
I had nothing that I aspired to be.
Right.
I knew for sure that I didn't want to stay in Chester, PA.
Got it.
I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to see different things because the biggest story on the line was when my father was making his clothing line, it was like, yo, we going to Vegas, just him and my mom. The pictures come back, they out there with Carl Kanai, all these different brands and stuff like that, looking like they having a ball. Me and my sister with Gramps. You feel me? Like we with my mom and we see all these pictures, all these amazing buildings and all this different stuff. Being, I won't call it controlled, but being in an environment where you feel like you can't go nowhere and all you can worry about is the 4-block radius that you live,
right,
because you don't know if it's safe or unsafe in different neighborhoods, it's terrifying.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Got it.
Definitely.
Do you have a worst childhood day or time period that you would like to forever forget?
The moment that my mom made me punch a wall.
Okay.
That's the one moment I wish for God I didn't do. Right. I wish I could forget it, but that was the defining moment to how our relationship has been since I was 17.
Okay.
And it's crazy because, you know, I was talking to my friends at the job. My 17th year anniversary at the airport was 15 days ago.
Okay.
Me and my mom been estranged for 17 years.
Got it.
And that's the type of, that like as soon as I thought like 17 years, the word 17, boom, bang, mom, right, boom, punch the, it's been 17 years.
What happened?
Basically, I came in the crib, I think a little bit late, you know what I mean? She was drunk, you know what I'm saying, obviously. And, you know, pots and pans came out, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, mom, like, what's up? Like, you about to hit me with these joints? She swung one of them joints. And I'm like, yo, mom, chill. Right. So, in all of my frustration, went straight into the wall. Wall has never been fixed, none of that. Still a hole in the wall.
Still there?
Till this day, it's only a picture over it.
Wow.
It's literally still in the wall. And that literally is like the defining moment. It's like, yo, of course I would never put my hands on my mom or right, nobody or no other female, but it's like, yo, I had so much aggression and so much pent up anger that I had to take it out on a wall where I could have broke my hand. Like, I didn't know if this wall was concrete or nothing. Right. My instinct was to punch the wall. Right. It's like, come on, as a child, because again, I'm still a child at this age.
Facts. I
shouldn't have to like let out my emotions in that way, but it was the way I was raised. Hold everything as best you can. Don't crumble. That was my crumbling moment, and I've never had a moment like that ever again.
Got it. Let's flip it. Do you have a favorite childhood day or time period that you would like to go back to if you could?
Oh God. Dang. Favorite childhood, honestly, I would like to go back to North Carolina for a summer.
Nice.
Like, basically, when I was a young boy, they sent me down there, you know what I'm saying, whole family, and I got to meet other people, be in a different land, you know what I'm saying, 2-mile walks to the first store that you see, right, no corner stores, no poppy stores, no Chinese store, none of that. It was open road, 4-wheelers, you know what I'm saying, hunting, and even sleepwalking, you know what I mean, like being in a different environment, it just changed who I was, and I got to meet people that were hospitable. Who
were you down there with?
I was down there with Mom Dukes and them.
Okay.
Yeah, so my whole family of like the Turners and the Epps and all that, like that all comes from my grandmom. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm a Carter, which means that's all from my dad's side. But yeah, but the Turners is my pop and the Epps is my mom on my mom's side. So I went down there and met all of them. Okay. I had a great time. That was the first time I fell in love with skating, like roller skating. Right. And I roller skate till this day. I just recently picked it back up, and now I take my family out on skating days. Nice. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just going back to the things that I used to do when I was younger that gave me joy, being able to do that with my children gives me even more joy.
Got it. So we're wrapping this up. Is there anything in your childhood that you feel, like anything that happened that you feel affected your life forever, like to this day, negatively or positively?
I'm going to be honest. I had my first tuition payment in hand at Delaware Community College.
Right.
I'm in line waiting to, you know, pay him and get the ball rolling. Took my entry exams, all of that. We clear. All I gotta do now is drop the bread.
Okay.
My cousin Damien called me while I'm in line.
Why are you in line?
Yo, the airport hiring. They giving out $9 an hour. At that point, I'm making $6.20 at McDonald's. I'm like, yo, I might have to. As soon as I hang up with him, Dad, I gotta go a different route.
Right.
He like, what you talking about? The airport hiring. I gotta get in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm still 17. They hired me before I turned 18.
Right.
Law is, you can't, if you don't got, you know what I'm saying, diploma, 18 years old, and driver's license, you can't work at the airport for the airline.
Okay.
So they hired me while I was still 17, put me in the bag room for 2 months. And then once I got my 18 status, I was out in the, you know what I'm saying, out in the open, doing ABR, working the ramp, all that. But that defining moment, that phone call from my cousin, it literally put my life to where it is now. Now, been at the airport for 17 years, got a loving wife, 2 beautiful children. I'm a YouTuber.
What's your wife's name?
Ja.
Shout out to Ja.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Big shout out to Ja. You know what I'm saying? Without her, I don't know where I would be. You know what I'm saying? Because living in my car and all that, it was definitely diff. You know what I'm saying? She took me in, you feel me? So,
right.
yeah, like, without her, I don't know where I would be either. You know what I'm saying? So that's another defining moment. But the phone call starts it all because I wouldn't have met her if I didn't work at the airport because that's where she worked. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's like that phone call changed everything. Now I'm a YouTuber, a Twitch streamer, a Facebook gaming streamer,
right.
an influencer for social media. Like,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about that. How do people find you?
Literally, iPodKingCarter on any platform.
iPodKingCarter.
Yes, sir.
On Twitch,
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all that.
You have over 600,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
You have on TikTok. How many you have?
I believe I just hit like 10K. I just started it, and the numbers over on TikTok are insane.
Nice.
I got one reel that went like for 100K, and I'm like, yo, right. I just started that joint. Right. So TikTok is a growing platform. About 70K.
Nice.
Yep.
Like Twitch, where are you?
I believe we reached 90K.
Right.
Yeah.
How did you blow up like that?
Just over years of just reporting on gaming news. Okay. As well as providing tutorials, how-to videos, and entertainment videos while all gaming. Right. Yep. It's been a long journey.
So you're a son, a father, a husband, a best friend, a gamer extraordinaire, entrepreneur. Yep. Does that cover all of you in a nutshell? The man you are today?
I'm also a credit guru too.
A credit guru? Okay.
Yeah, like building my credit was one of the feats that I wanted to try out. Right. I did it about, I would say 4.5 years ago. Okay. Got into credit, recently got into stocks, you know what I mean, retirement funds, right. As well as soon I'm getting into real estate. Okay. So yeah, I just keep evolving, you know what I mean, learning something different. That's the big thing for me. It's like I can't stay still. Like I got one of my friends, one of my streamer friends called it a hustle bug. Like I constantly want to hustle and I want to do different things, and with that hustle bug, it keeps me evolving and learning new things.
Give some advice to blank-year-old you. So, given the man you are today, everything you've seen, everything you know, all the experiences you had, all the people you've met. Okay. If you could talk to a younger version of yourself 5 minutes from now, how old would he be, and what would you say to him?
It would be the 23-year-old me.
23-year-old Dave. What would you say to him?
I would say to 23-year-old Dave, save your money, get into retirement funds early, and fix your credit immediately. Okay. If I told him that, I would probably be a multimillionaire right now. Because with all the information that I've learned in the last 3 years, 7 figures is not hard to get. Got it. So bruh, I know 9 figures ain't hard.
David, we appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for coming through.
Appreciate it, man. Real rap.